and welcome to the Cardinal Stadium for CTN's live coverage of high school football. It's the regular season finale as the Coon Rapids Cardinals host division rival Hopkins. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, a team in Coon Rapids coming in off of 2 losses. They really want a bounce-back game here against a Hopkins team that has struggled all season long.
Well, and yet coming back on a short week, they just had a couple of days to practice and really work up a game plan since last week's loss. They feel really good. They know there's a lot at stake. If they have an opportunity to win, there's a very good chance that they'll have the number 2 seed in this contest. So they're pretty excited, and they're going to play, I feel, much better than they played in the last couple of games.
Well, and Hopkins just one win on the year over St. Thomas Academy and a 48-21 loss at the hands of Forest Lake last week. So they're coming in just trying to get anything going, and that means the guy who has the ball the most needs to get that offense going for him.
According to Coach Weber, the key to the defense is to keep James Klecker in the pocket. He can beat you when you get outside the pocket. If you keep him contained, you limit what he does, he is definitely going to falter. So that's what the defense needs to do.
And on the flip side for the Cardinals, a change in the signal color. We'll get a chance to see sophomore Jake Van Holsen take the reins to start the game.
Yeah, it's an interesting. Tyler George is going to move to wideout for tonight's contest, and Jake definitely getting the opportunity to start. You see his numbers there, 31 for 71, 267, 1 score and 4 picks. He also is going to have to play mistake-free football here tonight. Did not want to turn the ball over.
Hopkins with a kick being returned by Kenny Nawachi. He's out across the 20 into the 24, so decent field position for the Cardinals to start.
Yeah, good field position to start this first drive for Coon Rapids.
And the big key, you put Van Holsen under center. He's gotten some reps throughout the year, but this is his first chance to start. But for the Cardinals, it's really about the offensive line and getting back to what they did to be so successful for that 4-game win streak, and that is run the ball. And I think we're going to see a heavy dose of it, and a fumble on the exchange on the first play. Van Holsen able to get back on top of it, but a short loss will set up 2nd and 11.
Not the way they wanted to start. A rough opening snap for Jake Van Holsen. But you're right, Joe. They're going to want to run the ball. They're going to want to push with that big offensive line.
And establishing the run has been key to their success when they have done so. Last couple of weeks have not been able to, and putting a lot of guys in the box. And it's number 11, Tyler George, on the end around. He's got a first down out of bounds close to the 45.
He adds such a different dimension when he's out at wideout because he's very elusive and very strong. Big young man, as we've talked about all season long. And he was able to take the handoff and go around the right side, pick up nice yardage. Pick up the first down of the game for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and we had talked about this actually with Coach Edwards and a couple of the other coaches. Both really good athletes, and would we see both on the field at the same time? We really haven't seen it until now, but it definitely adds a lot to their offense. Here's George running back the other way, gets across midfield, and then is pushed back after a gain of about 6.
Another nice run for Tyler George. First 2 plays, well, outside of that fumble to start the game, going to Tyler George. There you see the big boys up front. Roland Green, Jacob Niveland, Ricky Soto, Quincy Taylor, and Chance Alexander up front. Tyler George, Jordan Brown, Kenny Nawachi, the wideouts. Jalen Salazar is the running back. Jake Van Holsen, we talked about starting a quarterback, and Caleb Ness, your tight end for tonight.
Ball spotted at the Hopkins 49-yard line. 2nd and 3 as the Cardinals come to the line. They've got George in the slot on the left. Handoff goes up the middle to Salazar, spins away, keeps his feet moving, and pushes forward for another first down across the 45.
Yeah, I like the surge by Salazar to pick up that first down. Defense for the Royals. Up front, Paul Madison, Clifton Patterson, and Reagan Holmes. Jakob Akobi, David Sheldon, R.J. Chikolis, and Demetrius Patton are the linebackers. And backfield is Caden Saxon, James Klecker, A.J. Campbell, and Taji Hill.
Cardinals with a first down, ball just inside the 45-yard line of Hopkins. Give the ball to George again, avoids a hit in the backfield and has to struggle to get back near the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him for a short loss.
That time, good job by the defense to realize what that play and read it. You're going to see it again. There's the give. He's going to try and cut it upfield, but too many white jerseys there to bring him down.
And again, 3 of the first 4 plays from scrimmage, aside from the fumbled snap, have been to George coming across out of the slot and trying to go to the end around. They put Van Holsen out of the shotgun now. He takes the snap. They go to the counter, and Brown is swallowed up, dropped for another loss back near midfield. And it's going to be 3rd and very long.
Van Helsen that time bobbled the snap, which allowed the defense to react a little quicker. And the give to Brown, again, there's those white jerseys there to bring him down. That little bit of hesitation in the bobble of the ball took away what you wanted to do. Now it's 3rd and 15. And we'll see Van Holsen with his first opportunity to throw the ball here tonight.
Well, and again, Hopkins has to beware if they run that sweep action and have George looking to throw, because he's got an arm and he can throw on the run. Coming back for the catch is Ness. He breaks a tackle and keeps going down inside the 15, close to the 10-yard line. Great job by Caleb Ness to come back to the ball and make that reception.
Oh, that ball was thrown into coverage, and Caleb Ness, that's all on him. Great job, as you mentioned, coming back for it, stepping in front of the defender, and then the wherewithal to break away and gain some additional yardage. Really nice play by Caleb Ness.
A 39-yard gain sets him up 1st and 10 at the 11. Back under center. Handoff goes to Miles Taylor, and boy, the Royals are looking for that run every time, and they are bringing the house. Taylor stopped for a loss.
They got off the ball pretty quick to the defense. There's head coach Mal Edwards. I had a chance to go visit with him at practice on Tuesday, and the guys were pumped. They had a practice, no pads, and they worked on a number of things, but he said they know their goal. Their goal is in front of them, and he will continue to tell his young men that's what we need to accomplish.
Power backfield in. Handoff goes to Salazar, looking for room on the right side. Tried to cut back up. No room there. He'll lose more yardage. And it'll be 3rd and 14 from the 15-yard line.
There's a flag on the play. I think that might be on Hopkins. They're escorting a Royal player off the field. We'll see what our officials call. Oh, maybe it's going the other way. There's Rick Hardy, our head referee. We'll see it again. If we can see where there's a little scuffle right here.
On the left side of your screen. Telestrator is not working. No one told Shapiro.
Well, they actually told me it was working, but it is not working.
It was working. No longer.
Cheap stuff.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 67 of the offense. Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 19 of the defense. Penalties offset. Next down will be 2nd down.
You know, Joe, we've talked about unsportsmanlike penalties cannot be acceptable to Mal Edwards and his staff, and we've seen too many of them this season.
So offsetting fouls will make it 2nd and 12 from the 13 again. And again, you know, go back to last week with that interesting call. This is another situation where I thought those penalties were after the play was over. So, but they will get a chance, and that's a big benefit for the Cardinals to get another chance at 2nd down. Now they're marking it as 3rd down. It is 3rd down.
It is 3rd.
And that, I believe, is what the call should be, and it will be 3rd and 13 from the 14. Rolling out on play action is Van Holsen. He's going to keep it, and he'll be taken down just shy of the 5-yard line.
Well, nice job, and I'll tell you, though, nice fake by Van Holtzen because it forced the defense to move to their left, and he was able to gain the edge.
Well, he certainly
watch the fake
speed
here, and again, you saw that defender go the other way, and he's able to gain the corner.
He looked to throw, but good coverage on the receiver gave him no opportunity to do so. So it'll be 4th and 4 from the 5.
You really like to come away with points here. Got a nice drive going.
I think they're going to end up having to call a timeout here with as much time as they're taking.
Look for Tyler George.
4th and 4 from the 5. And a bad snap. Van Holtzen scoops it up and is
That's twice on this drive.
Taken down back at the 10. And after a decent drive, the Cardinals come away empty and turn it over on downs.
Well, Joe, you talked about Hopkins expecting the run, and there again, do you mix it up and try and throw the ball in that situation? But they're fortunate they got the ball back, obviously, but it didn't really matter.
They might have had the snap gotten to the quarterback cleanly. Unfortunately, that two little stumbles. See where they mark it. Oh, they're gonna. That's actually a great spot for the Cardinal defense. Ball at the 6.
I saw head coach John Den Hartog in his 12th season here at Hopkins.
So the Royals starting in the shadow of their own goal line. Klecker will fake the give and try to keep it, and he is going to be swallowed up in the backfield, driven to the ground in the end zone. But they will call it dead about the 3-yard line, so a 3-yard loss. Matt Ammon on the stop.
Loss of 2. Oh, Jordan Brown's limping off. That's not good. Tyler George coming in to replace him.
Klecker out of the shotgun, standing in the end zone, looks to throw back to his left. Pass is complete. Good blocking, and diving forward close to the 10 is the receiver, Xarian Hill.
And good protection. He's going to let him go. And Xarian Hill able to pick up some good yardage, but it's going to put 3rd and about 5. Miles Taylor on the tackle. He dove. He'll get the tap.
Be 3rd and 5 from the 11.
Now it's 1st down. Offsides on the defense, encroachment. Oh, it's 3rd and 6. So they'll make it 3rd and 1.
Oh, it's going to make it 1st down.
No, that's what I thought originally.
Dead ball foul, encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty, results in a 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 16. Klecker stays out of the shotgun. Cardinals showing blitz. Handoff to the right for Jaden Washington, and a good stop. He had room on the edge.
Oh, Caleb Ness with a sure tackle there. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Dion McMahon.
I thought that was right, but I wasn't going to
You wouldn't get a correct. Why? You do it on everything else. So.
3-yard gain makes it 2nd and 7. Looking to throw quickly, and the pass is complete. And the very quick tackle by Kenny Nwachi. Lamonte Hayes getting his 1st catch of the game.
It was a little bit of a dangerous pass. That pass kind of hung a little bit, and Nwachi right there. Solid tackle to make sure he didn't gain the flag.
It'll be 3rd and about 2.
Or the chains, I should say, the 1st down.
You're going to call it 3rd and 1 from the 25. Klecker is going to keep it cut back upfield. He'll have the 1st down across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Well, that's what we talked about in the beginning of the show, Joe. We talked about Klecker when his ability to get outside the pocket and turn it upfield. Did a nice job to pick up that first down.
Ball spotted at the 32, a gain of 7. And the Royals moving the sticks. Man in motion. And now 3 receivers on the right. Handoff goes up the middle to Washington, and not a lot of room there, a yard, maybe 2.
Coach Dan Hart talked to me about the size of Coon Rapids on both sides of the line, and he said that was going to be a challenge for them tonight. We're not that big. We're going to have to at least attempt to win the battle at the point of attack.
Two receivers either side on 2nd and 8. Klecker drops back, looks over the middle and incomplete, and Washington wasn't even looking. And fortunate for Klecker, the Cardinals didn't step up.
Take a look at the Royals offense. Up front, Evan Teichel, Aaron Burrish, Jack Glanzer, J.J. Shimzu, and Brant Nelson. X-Hill, as they call him, Xarian Hill, Jaden Washington, and James Klecker. And then Jack Gunderson at one receiver, Wayne Blakes at the other, and Colin Hammond as the third. 4 receivers set.
Big 3rd and long situation. Klecker chase from the pocket, and he's coughs it up. It's caught and going back the other way, all the way to the end zone. Is Ryan Garlick. An interception, return for a touchdown. Flag came in. They're picking it up, and I think they're going to drop it. And we'll see what the flag is.
Never, ever should have thrown this ball.
Yeah, he threw it as he was being sacked. Look at the speed from Tyler George. And Garlick scooped it up off his shoe tops.
Block in the back, maybe. It could go either way.
Well, and I think his knee was definitely down.
Block in the back on the return. Number 60,
I
red.
saw it.
10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it'll be first down.
So, unfortunately, taking a TD away from young Mr. Garlick, the sophomore who came in to replace Nate Breams after the injury last week. And, this should have, it's still a,
you see it right at the top of your screen.
A great benefit for the Cardinals because it should have been a sack and 4th down and a punting opportunity. Instead, the Cardinals will have it 1st and 10, and they're going to mark it at
25.
The 25-yard line.
Oh, they have to cash in here because you took a score off the board by a block in the back, one that was not needed. Of course, I suppose you never need a block in the back, but one that could have been avoided.
Cardinals with only 10 men on the field. Miles Taylor comes out to complete the formation. George, the man in motion, over to the right. Short drop, pass complete to Dominic Jones, avoids a tackle, falls forward to the 23, or to the 18 rather. A gain of 7.
Yeah, good protection for Van Holtzen. Just picks up 7, as you mentioned.
George goes in motion again on 2nd down. Whistles blew and play blown dead.
Official getting a workout here tonight so far.
It's been a relatively sloppy game on all sides, including the broadcast booth.
No.
And I think that was all stopped because the clock had not started running. So now we'll have 2nd and 3 from the 18. Handoff goes to George. He's hitting the backfield, dives forward. He's going to be stopped for a short loss. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, nothing there in the middle for Tyler George on that play.
Well, and again, we're seeing the Cardinals want to run a lot, but the offensive line not opening the holes and giving them time for that run to develop. Guys getting swallowed up in the backfield before they even have time to get to speed, and that I think was really the key to their success. Is their offensive line is very good, but they need to get him going. Handoff, Jalen Salazar finds a hole on the right side. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Oh, great blocking up front by the Cardinals, and Salazar realized it, and he knew he had that edge on the right, and he just turned it upfield and scored. And they needed that touchdown because they took that one off the board. So nice job by the offense.
I called them out. They responded.
They did. They were listening to you, Jan. Look at that block. Great job on the edge. Ricky Soto coming out and just doing a great job pushing the defender out of the way.
Could you imagine being the little cornerback trying to get around Ricky Soto?
I don't want to be the guy trying to get around Ricky Soto.
And you're bigger than most cornerbacks.
I am, but not this old man.
Finley out to attempt the extra point. It is up. It is good, and the Cardinals have a 7-0 lead.
Well, after an earlier attempt, they had the opportunity to score. It came away empty. This time, the interception by Garlick leads to this run by Ricky Salazar. Again, he's just going to get away from one of the defenders, and again, nobody's going to catch him as he gets to the end zone. And Joe, that just shows you what you can do when you have that size up front. You can dominate. And apparently getting called out by Young, they respond. 3 plays, took just 1 minute and 2 seconds off the clock to go 25-yard, 19-yard run by Jalen Salazar for the score. Nice home crowd here tonight. No school tomorrow.
No school today.
No school today as well.
No school
I didn't know that. Gotta love that.
The parents do not have to love that.
But the kids do.
Oh, yes, they do.
I forgot to ask young Mr. Yund about that. I'm sure he'll be playing plenty of hockey in the next few days, I would imagine.
Xarian Hill is the deep back. Tyler George, low kick. It's going to be stopped up and controlled at the 30. It was James Orvidal on the return.
Well,
so good field position, but they wanted to make sure they kept it away from their speedy return men in the back line.
The X-Man.
The X-Man.
The X-Man.
So they will start from their 31. Good field position for the Royals to start their second drive. 2 receivers either side for Klecker out of the shotgun. He's got Washington in the backfield with him. On first down, handoff goes to Washington, trying to get around that left corner. He gets past the first tackle and upended as he gets close to the 40, but it's going to be a gain of about 8.
The defense for the Cardinals looks just like this. Austin Alexander, Frendarius Willis, and Matt Ammon up front. Ryan Garlick, Caleb Ness, Miles Taylor, and Jordan Brown are the linebackers. And then Kenny Nawachi, Dion McMahon, Adam Offerdahl, and Thomas Silla.
Fake the give to Washington, and Klecker is going to be swallowed up in the backfield for a short loss. It'll be 3rd down.
There's the give. Klecker trying to
Matt
advance
Ammon, Darius Willis.
Yep. The big boys up front.
At the quarterback. It's 3rd and 3. Klecker out of the shotgun, trying to draw the Cardinals offside. Won't get him to budge this time. Looking over to the sidelines, adjusting the play, calling out the audible to his receivers. And that's going to be delay a game, and it's going to be 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8 instead of 3rd and 3.
Dead ball foul, delay of game, number 16 for the offense. 5-yard penalty remains, 3rd down.
Mistake by the Royals puts them in 3rd and long now, where it was 3rd and manageable. This is where the Cardinal defense, I think, will tee off.
Well, they were really hoping they could get a freebie and draw the Cardinals offside, and when that didn't work, took too long to try and get everybody back on the same page, and now 3rd and long. A definite passing situation. Klecker looks to his right, back to his left, throws over the middle for Hammond. Incomplete. He got a hand on it, but could not bring it in. It'll be 4th down.
Boy, and he was pressured. Ryan Garlick coming in from his linebacker position was ready to lay the wood to him. And he had to get rid of that ball. We'll see it again. You can see a couple of red jerseys. Did do a good job of stepping up a bit in the pocket to avoid it, but couldn't connect with the receiver.
David Sheldon to punt it from just beyond his own 20.
Wow.
And he gets off a heck of a boot, and it's going to take a Hopkins roll and end up going out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. That was a beauty of a punt.
He blasted that punt.
And the Cardinals will be way backed up. Yeah, that was
a great punt.
That's exactly what you want to do.
Yep.
It was over the head of all the return men, and they did not expect that. And no chance to try and scoop it up as it just kept on rolling. And out of bounds, they're going to mark it at,
I believe, the 7.
about the 8.
Well, that's what the Royals need to do, is they need to pin Coon Rapids deep, make them go with the long field.
Minute 17 remaining here in the first quarter. Coon Rapids a 7-0 lead. Have been able to move the ball both times they've had possession. Came up empty the first time. Second time able to find the end zone. Handoff goes to Miles Taylor on 1st down. He puts his head down and pushes his way out to the 10, a gain of 2.
Not much there, testing the middle of the Royals defense. I think the Cardinals want to continue to do that. They want to try and wear this defense down as this game continues on. They have the horses to do it. I mean, look at the size of the defense of Hopkins. Much smaller than what Coon Rapids is presenting up front.
They're putting a lot of guys in the box and coming at him right off the snap. Taylor again, this time up the middle, a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Brought down on the play. Number 53, Madison for the Royals.
Madison on the tackle for Hopkins.
3-yard gain makes it
3 carries for 3 yards for Miles tonight. It's below his average.
A little bit.
And they'll let that clock run out, take it to the second quarter.
So the Cardinals will be facing a big 3rd down to start the second quarter. They have a 7-0 lead. It's the regular season finale, and you're watching it live on CTN.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
It's a whiteout at the Cardinal Sports Complex. Fans had plenty of time to get ready for tonight's game. No school, but everybody back for the big game and excited to see if their team can get back on the winning track. They have a 7-0 lead, but face a 3rd and 5 to start this second quarter from deep in their own end.
Yeah, this is, you know, I think there's plenty of game left, obviously, and Coon Rapids knows they have a pretty good squad here, but I think it's important.
Van Holsen drops back, throws over the middle, caught by Caleb Ness, and Ness coughs up the football, scooped up on the run is Dominic Jones, and nobody's going to catch him. Cardinals are going to score again. Wasn't how they planned it, but they'll take it. It's a Cardinal touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, you know, talk about the right place at the right time. Dominic Jones right there to scoop up the fumble.
They're testing Harley Schultz right now. Can he score that one?
Caleb Ness with a great catch.
Caleb Ness reception.
Just ripped
to
away.
The 37. Then he coughs it up. And off goes Dominic Jones to the races. Nice job by Adam Offerdahl getting out there to help him.
Well, Joe, this is exactly what Coon Rapids needs. A couple of games, the last 2 games, they didn't play well. They know that. And this is an opportunity for them to get right. It doesn't matter how you score, as long as you do score.
Kick by Finley is up and good. The Cardinals have a 14-0 lead.
You see it again, and you know, you can't give enough credit to Caleb Ness. Really nice catch as he goes up and with a defender, and then great play defensively to rip the ball out of his hand. But
Dominic Jones, great awareness
right
to scoop it up on the run. I was worried there right after I said nobody's going to catch him. It looked like he might cramp up a little bit.
Yeah.
They're going to put that one in the playbook for next week when they get to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
No, they're not.
I know I was being facetious.
Take better care of the football.
You have to take care of the football. We've actually seen some fumbles by Coon Rapids tonight.
Yeah, 3 fumbles. Yeah. All they have been able to recover all 3. Fortunately for them.
There you see 3 plays, 133 off the clock to go
Brandon's
92
snowman
yards.
Outfit.
Gotta like that.
Love it. That's a white out for sure.
Yeah. He needs the white gloves though.
So we'll see if they try and really kick it away this time. George kicked it short last time. Putting it deep instead and over the hill, over the head of Hill, into the end zone and a touchback.
I'd say it's a better kick than the previous one. You know, and Hill may have moved up a little bit after that first kick.
I think he did, although the first kick, I think he was standing outside of the 10-yard line, and that one didn't land until about the 7. So a pretty good leg behind that one for Tyler George. So it will be 1st and 10 for Hopkins from their own 20-yard line. And they will try to go back to work. Klecker out of the shotgun. Looking to his left, pass is complete to Hill. Hill cuts back toward the middle, and he is stopped just shy of a first down, but a gain of 9.
I don't see Jordan Brown out there any longer. I know we saw him limp off the field. Certainly, we hope he's okay. Tyler George, which he was going to play some linebacker tonight, getting the opportunity.
Yeah, you certainly hope that is not serious.
No.
He's over on the sidelines talking with the trainer, stretching his leg out a bit. But would love to see him back tonight,
yes.
But more importantly, needs to be healthy next week. Play action. Klecker throws incomplete, and Dion McMahon was right there. I don't know if McMahon knew he might have been able to pick it off, but he was going for the tackle.
And there's the fake give tape, puts it in the gut, takes it out. But you're right, Jordan Brown is just right there.
You mean Deanna McMahon?
What did I say?
Jordan Brown.
No, yeah.
Jordan Brown.
I wish Jordan Brown
really
was out there.
impressive if Jordan Brown had done that from the sideline, but probably would have gotten a flag on that. 3 receivers left, 1 on the right on 3rd and short. Handoff up the middle, and Washington will get the first down to the 32. Needed one, got three.
Frendarius Willis on the tackle for the Cardinals, bringing him down, but as you mentioned, not before they picked up the first down.
Send their tight end in motion from left to right. Handoff goes to Washington, trying to get around that right corner. Heads up field, and good second effort to get out close to the 38-yard line, a gain of about 6.
Caleb Ness on the tackle, but a nice run as he cuts it upfield, able to pick up some additional yardage.
It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 37. Fake the give. Klecker wants to run. Being chased as he gets to the left sideline. He's out of bounds, short of the first down at the 41. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Oh, we talked about that. Keep Klecker in the pocket, keep him contained, because he's good when he gets the ball outside, and you see it there, just about picking up a first down for the Royals.
Well, they gave him a heck of a spot where they gave that is a terrible spot for the Cardinals. They're going to say it's first down.
Wow.
And they're going to move the chains. He was clearly out of bounds just across the 40. And the Cardinal coaches along the sideline are asking how they put the ball where they did. But it's going to be a first down. You can't argue with the guy's instructions.
Well, you could. This won't do you any good.
Right. 1st and 10 from the 42. George nearly jumped, and
he did. It's the little things.
Dead ball foul, encroachment. Number 11 on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Let's see where he goes, or Klecker goes out of bounds, Joe, and see if we can see where. Oh,
God, how do you give him the 42? Well,
oh well.
Either way, it's 1st and 5 from the 47 now. They felt bad. Felt bad for him. Klecker wants to throw on first down, bobbled and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Xarian Hill.
Well, Hill definitely would like that pass back, because he knew that that was his ball. He didn't have a defender around. The quick throw to him coming across, and he just misplayed it.
Well, and he had blockers in front of him. Good pass. You got to catch that ball.
Yeah, you have to catch that.
2nd and 5. Handoff goes to Washington, running around the right side. Gets the corner, spins for a first down into Cardinal territory. This one will be marked at the 47, make it the 46, wherever they decide to put it.
They're flipping a coin. There again, good blocking up front. He gets to the edge. Garlick can't get him from his linebacker position.
Royals continue to attack the edges on the Cardinal defense. Fake the give, and on the keeper is Klecker. He cuts back, and he's stopped up as he gets to the 45, a gain of about 2.
Time Cardinal defense faked it first, but
good tackle by Deon McMahon.
Deon McMahon, yeah, very nice tackle.
2nd and 8 from the Cardinal 45. Klecker wants to throw, looking to his right now, steps out, scanning, and will take it on the run. He'll gain a couple, but this one's going to come back.
Yeah.
He had time, but just good coverage downfield. Nobody to throw to, and decided to run. But when the quarterback stays in the pocket that long, it puts a lot of pressure on the offensive linemen. And they did what normally happens in those situations. He gets called for the infraction.
What are they doing? Are they waving it off?
Not entirely sure. They're talking about it.
Are they entirely sure?
Holding, number 65 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul remains.
There you go.
Second down.
And that one will back him up to.
We're going to go to the 40.
It'll take them back a ways into their own and back to the 44. They need the Cardinal 37. So it's second and about 19. Will swing pass to Washington, and he is hit and dropped immediately by Tyler George. No gain.
Well, Washington it bobbled the pass a little bit, and it allowed George to come in. Watch this pass. He's going to bobble a little bit. Can't get his full motion upfield, and credit Tyler George with a nice tackle. Put him in third and very long, Joe Yund.
Not a lot in the playbook for 3rd and 19. We'll see what the Royals are able to dial up. Klecker rolling to his right, has time, now throws on the run, has a man downfield, incomplete. Looking for Hammond. Step for step with him was Deion McMahon.
Good coverage by McMahon on the play. McMahon just made sure that he didn't catch it. Back to the ball.
And just make sure you don't get called for interference. Now, how far do you back up when waiting for the punt by Sheldon?
Well, they're both standing at the 20.
I would back up further if I were them.
Yeah, his last punt was a boomer.
Booted it. Now, last time he had the wind at his back. This time going into the wind will
Hopkins
change things.
Yeah, they're going to call a timeout here. Talk about things. 4th and long, down by 14 points, 7:51 remaining in this opening half.
And the Cardinals will get the ball back with a lot of time to try and increase their lead before the break.
Cardinal Nation having a good time. You know what?
Yes, they should. I like to see it.
You know what else you can like, Joe? Like us on Facebook.
I already
I'm very needy. I need to be liked. Make sure you
don't have to tell me.
Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you?
Rarely do you see a timeout before a punt.
Right.
But the Royals did call it. Here's Sheldon to boot it away from about his own 30, and not nearly the punt he had last time. And it's down. And
I wouldn't have downed it there.
Yeah, I was just about to say why Hammond may have, as soon as he grabbed that, thought, oh, I should have let that go.
Yeah.
But Cardinals will have great field position, start from their own 36.
Yeah, at least you give that ball a chance to bounce. You don't know which way it's going to go, but good chance it's going to go the opposite way.
It was starting to turn a little bit, but yeah, you've got to, especially when after the last punt, he absolutely crushed it. This one was short, and I don't know that it was going to roll very far, but it wasn't given an opportunity to, and refs discussing some things. And
there was a flag throw. Must be against Hopkins if he's talking to Coach
Coming over to talk to Coach Edwards.
Illegal formation on the offense. Penalties decline. First down.
What?
On a punt.
Well, they had too many guys in the backfield is my assumption, but how do you have that happen? How do you have that happen after a timeout before a punt? So the Cardinals will start 1st and 10 from their own 36. Handoff goes to George. He wants to throw. Salazar down the sidelines, incomplete, just out of his reach.
That's unfortunate. He had a step on the defender as well, you know, and he may have taken that the distance. It had been right there in the.
Well, and I think Salazar slowed down a little bit And if he keeps motoring, he might run right underneath that. But either way, that
I like the play
doesn't
call.
click. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, you know, you keep running, George, and if you're the defense, you got to watch out because he can throw it on the run.
Yes, he can.
A lot of different things you can do when you have even more athletes on the field. Van Holzen out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left on 2nd and 10. Rolls out on play action, incomplete, overthrows Offerdahl. It'll be 3rd and long.
He had Offerdahl as well. Coach Edwards, I don't think happy with that one. He had Offerdahl. We'll see it again. He's just going to roll to his right, and Offerdahl, there's no defender around him.
Just aired it out a little bit.
Too much air underneath it.
And now a 3rd and long situation, what they would hope to avoid. Been able to go to Caleb Ness a couple of different times in these 3rd down situations to move the chains. We'll see what happens. He's lined up on the left side of the line. And Van Holzen is sacked. Ball came loose. And Hopkins has it, picked up and running with it into the end zone. It was R.J. Chicolis on the recovery.
Well, I'd have to see if he was touched, though.
Well, there's no way he wasn't. But
and I don't think they're going to give it to him. You got to get rid of it. You see the pressure, you got to get rid of it.
The ball clearly comes out, that's right.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
he's in full contact.
Yeah.
There's
Ricky Soto had a piece of him.
Yeah, even if it's not intentional. And they're going to give him the touchdown.
That's a horrible call. I'm sorry. I don't like to say that. That's a horrible call.
I'm sorry. It's a funny call.
It's horrible.
It's funny because how can he possibly go into a scrum, not get touched?
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, I guess if they're saying that he never put a knee down when he went in to get it, then he wouldn't be down. But I mean, he's
totally
down digging for it.
It's just horrible. That is. I mean, there's officials right there. They just completely blew that call.
Wow, these guys should go back to ref and Pee-wees.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's just, and the extra point is blocked, so it's no good. Wow.
Justice.
And now what? The Cardinals are looking like, what, are you going to call a penalty? I mean, that's just.
Give them credit for a nice hit and a fumble recovery, but how you give them a touchdown that play is just beyond me.
Wow, look at Dion McMahon busting through the line to get the block. I'm sorry. I'm beside myself right now.
I might say something, but I might get in trouble, so I think I'll.
I got to say, we try to not get on the officials because, they're human.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't want that job. But how does a human dig into a pile underneath other humans, come away with the football, and not get touched? How is he not down?
Don't get it.
But hey, congratulations, Chicolis, on the touchdown. R.J. Chicolis playing the hero momentarily. Oh, wow.
I mean, no one's ever called me a homer, but I mean, it was so obvious.
What is the? I wish the microphone was on when he was giving the explanation to Coach Edwards. Like, well, Coach, I didn't see it, and furthermore, I don't know what the rules are in those kind of instances. So
there you hit on it.
Off a bounce, Deion McMahon picks it up. Good return out across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Ooh, and McMahon's walking to the sidelines gingerly.
Oh, it's Gelibert that's kicking. 66, not 88.
Close.
Well, these eyes, you know. Cardinals still with plenty of time. 7:14 on the clock here in the second quarter. They lead 14-6, and they will start with it 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Handoff goes to Salazar, trying to get around the right corner. Stiff arm gets him the edge, and he's taken out of bounds close to the 40-yard line, a gain of about 8.
Salazar's going to get around the edge, be able to pick up some yards. That one could have been called a little bit of a late hit as well. 4 carries, 29 yards, and a score for Salazar on the evening.
You know, after 20 years of doing this, you think you've seen it all.
Yeah, no.
And then that happens. Oh. Handoff goes to Offerdahl. Nice second effort. Bounced off of tackle and got a first down out close to midfield.
Yeah, really nice effort, second effort by Offerdahl. It looked like he was going to be stopped, and he was able to continue to keep his feet moving. Bounced off a defender.
Well, tackler, it's hard to tackle a guy with his shoulder.
Right, well, that's true.
And clearly tried to just knock him off his feet, and that did not happen. So a first down out to the 50-yard line. Ball just shy of midfield. Van Holzen back under center. 3 receivers to his left. Pitch goes to Salazar, and he is hammered in the backfield, a loss of 5.
Really nice defensive play by Curtis. P.J. Curtis on the tackle for the Royals. Puts them in 2nd and long.
Yeah, these long 2nd and 3rd down situations, what the Cardinals were hoping to avoid, and they have found themselves in it far too frequently here in the first half. They do have that 14-6 lead, but they'd really like to make it at least a 2-score lead before they get to the half.
No question.
Pitch goes to Salazar again, hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. And the Cardinals will face 3rd and about 18.
Well, and that's just not good blocking on the edge. I don't know whose responsibility that man was, but there was nobody there for the Cardinals to put a helmet on him. And now 3rd and extremely long. Holmes on the tackle
the
for
running
Hopkins.
game, we talked about it. That's what the Cardinals wanted to do. They wanted to be able to establish the run and move the ball, eat up the clock, those things they had done so successfully through their 4-game win streak. And after the first couple of plays on their opening possession, Hopkins has really met their runners in the backfield and pushed them backwards. On 3rd and long, the pass is incomplete. Intended for Miles Taylor, and the Cardinals will be forced to punt.
Yeah, he was fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Well, and I think this is actually headed for Tyler George, and Taylor doesn't know he's there.
2.6 yards a carry for Coon Rapids so far in the evening. 2.6. Now Cardinals not doing what they need to do on that offensive series.
George punting it down the near sideline. And it'll be down about the 23, and Hopkins will take over. An opportunity to try and tie this one before the half.
Yeah, with under 5 minutes, they've got that opportunity to see if they can get another score before the break, and that would be huge for Hopkins because Coon Rapids has been outplaying them all game long.
Well, and again, there's been a lot of sloppy play.
A lot of sloppy play.
Primarily by the guys in stripes, but the 2 teams on the field have not played very cleanly either. So the Royals take over 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. San Blake's the man in motion.
I think defense makes the immediate play here on this opportunity.
Handoff goes to Willie Blakes, and Blakes will pick up about 4 out to the 26.
There you see the give to Blakes. He's going to cut it upfield. Nice little gain. I guess they'll only give him about 3. And Willis is down for Coon Rapids.
7. Royals in 26-yard.
That's certainly not a good sign.
No.
He's a big part
He's just
of their defense.
He's limping a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. He's got that big man in the middle. He's not going to take any assistance off the field. He's a tough young man.
So 2nd and 7 from the 26. Klecker will have 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. And that they tried to run the draw, and Blake got away from the tackle attempt by Garlick and is going to have a 1st down to the 40-yard line.
How do you not wrap him up? Right there.
Should have been dropped for a 5-yard loss.
We'll see it again.
Instead, a 14-yard gain.
I mean, he's right there. He just, again,
hit him too high.
Hit him too high and with his shoulder. See it coming in again.
Down by Tyler George. Good second effort by Willie Blakes. 1st and 10 from the 40. And the Cardinals jumped. Were they drawn?
Were they drawn? Is right, but I don't think they were. Oh, they were.
Dead ball foul. False start. Number 72 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains. 1st down.
Ah, ye of little faith.
Good call, Joe Yund. I didn't see movement. That's my problem. I just saw movement on the Cardinal side.
1st and 15 from the 35. Klecker, straight drop. Looks over the middle, trying to run the short slant to Wayne Blakes. Blakes is out to the 45. A gain of 10 will set up 2nd and 4.
Well, that's what happens. You bring a couple of your linebackers in on the blitz and you open up that middle. And, you know, Klecker with a good job realizing it. Nice gain for the Royals.
They were looking for that short cross the whole way. Good blocking by the receivers downfield. Allowed him to get some extra yardage. Picks up 11, 2nd and 4. Klecker out of the shotgun handoff, and that is going nowhere. A host of Cardinals there to stop Willie Blakes. Loss of a yard, 3rd and 5.
Shane Vadnais in on the play for Coon Rapids, and again, he just doing a nice job of overpowering that offensive line.
Big 3rd down right here for the Hopkins Royals. Klecker adjusting the play. We're down to 2:40 remaining in the 1st half. Cardinals lead by 8. Blitz is coming. Pass is caught. And they're going to get a 1st down. Brian Murph on the reception. Cardinals blitzed, but they got it out quick, and it's a 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 47. Klecker will hand off to Washington. Good blocking on the left side, and he's inside the 40.
Down.
Flag flies. I'm sorry, that was Willie Blakes again on the carry. And this one's most likely coming back.
Yeah.
Holding number 5 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, you see the time remaining, 2:16 in the half, and again, that's just Hopkins shooting themselves in the foot on that play. You have a nice little drive going.
Back him up to their own 46. Negates a good gain and backs him up, so it'll be first and about 17 from the 46. Klecker out of the shotgun, 3 receivers on the right. Has time, throws over the middle, pass is caught and not caught. Huge hit by Caleb Ness. And Xavier Hill is a little slow to get up, and not surprisingly, because he got hammered.
He did. He just got pounded. Watch Caleb Ness come into your picture number 2 and just lay the wood to him.
Nobody's going to be questioning why he didn't hold on to that one.
No.
Great hit by Caleb Ness. 2nd and 17 now. They go with the reverse. Running back the other way is Hammond. Hammond's trying to get around the corner, has blockers out in front of him. A good gain of first down.
It's coming back.
And it's coming back. Another flag late in the run. And the celebration all for naught. He picked up about 20 yards, but the flag is going to bring it all back.
We'll see it again, and then, doing a nice job on the reverse. Willis isn't going to catch him.
There's your block in the back right there. Pretty easy to...
Holding number 69 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains 2nd down.
Now that's...
Not even sure. That's not even the one they called.
16, a block in the back by Klecker.
So we'll see where they end up spotting it. So they're going to spot it at the 46.
Well,
so it'll be 2nd and 9. I mean, it was a ways downfield that either happened, but handoff goes, no, Klecker on the keeper. Dives inside the 45 to the 44, gain of 2.
Oh, we have an injured Cardinal.
Set up 3rd and 7.
Grabbing his knee. That's Austin Alexander. They can ill afford to lose him. Big part of their defensive front. Hopefully he's okay. He seems to be okay. We'll make him come out for a play.
It'll be 3rd and long here for the Royals. A little over 90 seconds remaining in this 2nd quarter. They trail by 8. Klecker, straight drop, looks right, now throws back to his left, complete to Hill, spins away from a tackle, keeps going, hit hard, but not until he has the first down inside the 35 to the 34.
The Hill elusive, spins away from Thomas Silla. Another flag down. We'll see if it's a late hit on the quarterback. We can't see it from that angle. The camera came off, but I think that's what happened.
Roughing the passer, number 11 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play and the first down.
And that's huge.
Huge.
15 yards will put him.
Got to be smarter than that.
Inside the 20 to the 19. First and 10.
I know you want to make a play, but you can't push a team like the Hopkins. You're giving them a chance. You're giving them an opportunity to get right into this game.
14 to Tino Grace 7, Chaska 14, Armstrong 3, Centennial 19, Eastridge 0.
So it'll be first down from the 19. Klecker has Washington in the backfield with him now. We had seen the younger Blakes play in that halfback slot and play pretty well. Washington will get the carry right up the gut, and he's got a nice gain down close to the 11-yard line, a pickup of about 8.
Washington for the Royals. Brought down on the play by number 30, Wolf.
Wolf on the tackle for Coon Rapids.
45 seconds remain in the half. Handoff goes to Washington again, trying to get around the right corner. He's going to be stopped inside the 5. It will be 1st and goal from there.
I was surprised they called a timeout here. I was a little surprised they didn't call it on that last play. They let some time run off the clock.
Did they call timeout?
No,
or
I thought
did
they
it just
did. Maybe
stop
not.
With the movement of the chains.
Nope, guess not. Oh, yeah, they did.
Now they did. Well, the Cardinals trying to
Timeout.
get some
Hopkins,
different
your
personnel
second
out there.
charge. Timeout.
Probably a good thing that they called the timeout. Well, it's good to see Frendarius Willis back into the game. But we have not seen Jordan Brown since he went out limping early. That takes a big playmaker out of your offense and your defense.
Shapiro, we're live worldwide. Thanks
It's
to
amazing.
you too.
It's amazing.
The things we can do nowadays.
Got an email from a viewer in Switzerland today sending us some chocolate.
Wouldn't that be
Oh
great?
yeah, some milk chocolate sending us some. Big fan of Steve Erickson though, they told me, so they'll be sending some extra chocolate.
We get the extra chocolate, the main
Well, we'll
chocolate
see, yeah,
intended
yeah.
for Steve Erickson, but he's a great guy. He'll
is.
share.
We'll give him the
He'll
one
share.
with the nuts in it. I'm not a big fan of chocolate with nuts. I prefer just plain chocolate.
So the ball marked at the 3. 1st and goal from there for the Hopkins Royals. And they've got 4 lined up across that back line. And now we'll send 1 in motion. Klecker on the keeper, trying to run around the corner. He's wrapped up and dropped to the backfield. Deion McMahon, the sure tackler for the Cardinals, stopped him up for a short loss.
Deion McMahon doing a nice job. Clock continues to run.
2nd and goal from the 5. Bobbled snap and sacked. Getting there quickly was Forrest Wolf.
You know, the high snap allowed Wolf to gain easy access and take Klecker down. The Royals going to call a timeout here.
Yeah, after bobbling the snap, he had absolutely no chance. And by the time he secured it, Wolf was right in his face for the sack, dropped all the way back to the 15. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. It's a 10-yard loss. And it'd be huge if the Cardinals could avoid the points here.
Yes, it would, Joe.
And
Hopkins will get the
maintain
ball
that
to
lead.
start the second half.
They will indeed.
So it's huge that if they don't score here, it's big for the Cardinals. You know, it's big for CTN Studios. Twitter. Follow
It's
us.
pretty tweet. I miss
I
my
know.
telestrator. I could circle all these great white outfits.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with Udvig.
Well, Nate was here. Nate Maines.
Well, usually nothing ever
technical
goes wrong
genius
with Nate Maines
was
here.
here, and he said everything was working. Throwing on 3rd and long, and a huge block on the pass by Matt Ammon, getting in and just swatting it away.
Matt Ammon coming in, getting the big mid on the ball. Big 4th down. 6 seconds remaining. Cardinals just keep them out of the end zone.
Infield? Out of the infield.
Out of the first I said
I know
outfield.
it's playoff baseball.
First I said
time.
outfield, then I said infield. They're gonna go for the field goal.
Timeout. Coon Rapids.
Cardinals
their
will
first charge.
take the timeout and ice the kicker. It's going to be a 31-yard attempt into the wind.
Well, I'm not saying that Hopkins wouldn't have scored when they gave him that defensive touchdown, but they may not have, and we may be looking at 14-0 at this point. nonetheless, we can't take that one back.
Well, if we knew the rules, we would. But I digress.
We know the rules. We know that was not that he was down. His knee was clearly down.
Yeah, he was on his knees digging at the bottom of a pile. And in high school, you don't even have to be touched.
Nope. Your knees are down. That's a dead ball.
So this is going to be about a 31-yard attempt. Remember, the extra point attempt was blocked. And this will not count.
Wouldn't have been good anyway.
Whistles blew. Yellowbird pushed it wide right, but
Were the defense offside?
I don't know. I've
given up. I'm done.
I have to wait for him to tell me because
Does he know?
Timeout, Coon Rapids. Their second charge.
he's
timeout.
pointing the wrong way.
Yeah.
And can you take back-to-back timeouts? I didn't think you take.
I'm not really sure why you
back-to-back
called timeout.
timeouts. I didn't think you could take 2 timeouts without a play in between.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was
I wasn't sure
legal,
either.
but
Please reset the clock to 6.6 seconds.
if it was against the rules, I'm not sure they would know.
You're probably right. Well, I saw a rule book in the back of his pants.
Yeah, but it's doesn't have the quick reference
It's
guide
in
for
Sanskrit.
things. Doesn't
Wait a minute,
have
who
quick
gave me
reference
this?
guide for things like, recovering fumbles. Taking
Wait, this is the
timeouts.
guide to French cooking. Who put that in there?
You want to talk about icing the kicker? Were those the Cardinals' first 2 timeouts? Take another one.
Yeah, as long as you can take multiple timeouts.
Wait, how does that move the ball to the middle of the field, though? How did that work? Weren't they on the right hash mark? I thought maybe they weren't.
No, I don't think they were.
Okay. Well, Gelibert will attempt it, and this time it's going to be good. And they will get some points off of it after all.
Well, that's big 3 points for Hopkins. Now trail 14-9, and with the ball to start the second half. Well, Joe, it looked like the Cardinals were going to control. Oh, there's 2 seconds left. Looked like the Cardinals were going to control this game, and they're up 14-0, and you've allowed Hopkins, a team with only 1 win on the season, to get back into it.
And to gain confidence.
And to gain
is a
confidence,
dangerous
absolutely. Cardinal defense is really coming up big.
thing. Keep them out of the end zone.
Exactly.
Matt Ammon with the swat on 3rd and goal
Not in my
from
house.
the 15.
Number 66, Gelibert. And the kick for the Royals. Number 9, Deion McMahon back deep for the Cardinals.
Gelibert to kick it away, and do you squib it here?
You don't want to
Make
give him a chance
sure-
to return it.
Make sure that those final 2 seconds come off the clock, and that's exactly what they do. Tyler George, the one to recover it, and don't let him get to the outside. They could be in trouble. It's a nice return, but he's out of bounds over there, and that will take us to the break. The Cardinals had a great start, but the Royals have come right back and made it a game. It's 14-9 as they head to the locker room. We'll take a break. Be back with more from the Cardinal Sports Complex after this on CTN. Back at the Cardinals Stadium, Hopkins trailing Coon Rapids 14-9 as we reach the half. And just a quick mention, congratulations to the Coon Rapids Marching Band and Color Guard, awarded 3rd place at state competition over the weekend in their division. So fantastic job by them.
Yep.
A lot of work to be done by the Cardinal football team. Looked great early on. They had a big lead. Things were going their way. But the last part of the half, assisted by some questionable calls on the field, the Royals able to claw their way back in and make this a ball game, and they're going to get the ball to start the second.
It was a strange first half to begin with, so you know, it's been tough for Coon Rapids because it looked like they're going to run away with it.
Cardinals got on the board first. Jalen Salazar, 19-yard jaunt around the right end. That in the first quarter. And then the weird one, the pass to Ness on 3rd and long. He makes a nice catch, but the ball gets stripped. Dominic Jones recovers and returns it to the end zone. That puts the Cardinals up 14-0. And then after a sack, strip, and a pile, R.J. Chicola somehow went to the ground, came away with the football, and scored a touchdown on the recovery. The Royals nearly able to try to take the lead late, but the Cardinal defense came up big, deep in their own end, held them to a field goal. But that 31-yard field goal at the end makes it just a 4-point or 5-point lead for the Cardinals.
I'll tell you, the most disappointing stat to me anyway up there is 50 yards rushing in that first half by Coon Rapids. They're a better running team than that, and you've let this team, Hopkins, 1-6 into the game now. And you talk about 6 first downs to 4, only 4 first downs in that first half for Coon Rapids. And you know, granted, one of the touchdowns was on that long fumble recovery, but nonetheless, they've got a lot of better things that they need to do here in the second half to come away with a victory, because this is an important game for them, Joe. This is a seed structure game for them.
Well, and also it's a game to get their confidence back, and they need it heading into the tournament. They want to be doing what they were doing well when they were being successful. That means running the ball, controlling the clock, and really controlling the tempo of the football game. They were able to do that a bit in that first half, but I know not as much as they would like to, and not as much as they will need to be successful in the postseason.
No question about it. They've got some work to do in the second half, Joe Young.
Well, we will have that second half kickoff right after this. You're watching Coon Rapids Hopkins football on CTN.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Back at the Cardinals Sports Complex, ready to get this second half underway. The Cardinals under the gun. They're heavily favored coming in here against a Hopkins squad that has been heavily outscored through most of the season. Has just that one win this year against St. Thomas Academy. And the Cardinals, you know, they have played much better against like opponents. Hopkins, all the like opponents Hopkins has lost to, the Cardinals have split with, but have been very close to in their losses. And, you know, like Forest Lake last week beat Hopkins 48-21.
Yep.
Cardinals earlier in the season handling the Forest Lake Rangers, getting their first win in more than 3 years, or almost 3 years, when they beat the Rangers week 2 of the season.
Well, you want to click on all cylinders at this point in the season, Joe. And I don't see Coon Rapids doing that here tonight. You know, maybe they can turn it around and
almost clickless.
Exactly.
Tyler George to kick it away and get the second half started. Xarian Hill is the deep man standing at his own 10. George, give a good boot, and those whistles blowing. So we're ready to start after all.
Not the way they wanted to start this second half. There's Brandon.
It's a great outfit.
He says he was cold in that. It's, I don't know. That would probably keep me warm, I would imagine. Need some gloves, though.
All right. No foul on the play. Just wanted to restart. Let's try it again. And again, I think both teams, all three teams, if you add the officials in, would like to see a much cleaner second half. A little sloppy on all aspects, and you know, and I think I'm a little annoyed now if I'm Tyler George, because he had a pretty good kick the first time, and this one out of bounds, and
the 25.
Hopkins is going to have a great field position.
Oh, at the 35. Yep. Yeah, I would think he'd be annoyed as well.
It'd be interesting to know why they stopped the first one, and the whistles did blow immediately. But it wasn't like it was offside.
No, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if it was they just had not given them the whistle and the go-ahead to go, or what the case was. Any way you slice it, Hopkins will start 1st and 10 from their own 35. Handoff goes to Washington, right and around the left side. He's stopped up after a gain of about 5. Offerdahl,
yeah, I was just going to say that.
Tackle.
Yeah, he's going to, again, have done a nice job of gaining that edge. We talked about 6 first downs in the first half, 4 for Coon Rapids.
2nd and 5 from the 40. Klecker out of the shotgun, looking to his right. Pass is complete. Murph, eluding some arm tackles, gets into Cardinal territory and will be stopped about the 48-yard line.
If you're Kenny Nawachi, you must make this tackle. He's right there. He just whiffed on it.
Handoff goes to Washington, trying to get around the right edge, cuts back to avoid a tackle, and has a first down to the Cardinal 35, a gain of about 14.
Oh, they're eating up chunks of yardage here on their first drive. Again, just a nice job as he's going to cut up to the middle. And good blocking up front by Hopkins. Cardinals need to tighten up on defense here.
Ball spotted at the 34, 15-yard gain. And another first down as the Royals moving quickly to start this second half.
Miles Taylor helping Adam Offerdahl tie his shoe.
Are you sure it wasn't the other way around?
No, because Adam was trying and Miles came up and helped him.
That's what teamwork's all about.
Absolutely.
On first down, the handoff again to Washington, trying to run up the middle, and there's no go there as Caleb Ness and Matt Ammon combine on the stop.
Well, that's the way. This is the way the defense needs to play. They've just got to break down that offensive line and pressure them.
No gain makes it second down, and we have seen this. The Royals have been able to move the ball, but the Cardinal defense has definitely gotten better and stiffened up as they got closer to their own end zone. They fake the give to Washington, and Klecker tried to get back through, but no sail, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Ryan Garlick on the tackle for Coon Rapids. You can watch number 32 come to your picture, make a good, sure-handed tackle. Put him in 3rd and long.
And they say he even lost a half a yard. So 3rd and 11 from the 35. Trying to bait the Cardinals off sides. It won't happen.
You're
and
kidding
it's going to
me.
be, no, this one's going backwards.
You sure?
Yep.
I hope so.
You doubted me last time, and we're proven wrong.
Okay, I believe you. Before the call's even made, I believe you. You know all.
Well, let's not go that far.
Dead ball foul, false start.
You know, sometimes when you bait a defense that much, you have to make sure your guy stays. And they didn't there. Let's take a look at it and see where it happens. There he is.
There on the
Just
left
a little bit of
tackle.
a rocking back.
Left side of the line in motion before the ball was snapped. 3rd and 16. Klecker rolling out, throws, pass is complete to Xavier Hill, and he's going to be right at that first down marker.
See what they give it. There's a flag.
And the flag flies.
It might be excessive celebration by Hopkins. No.
Well, look at where they're putting him out of bounds. My God, they're giving him an extra 5 yards.
Yeah, he stepped out before the first down marker.
And I think you're going to end up getting the Cardinals for unsportsmanlike for questioning the call.
No,
but look at where they spotted the ball.
I'm questioning the call. Throw a flag on me.
Unbelievable. I mean, how do you place the ball out of bounds there?
Officials tonight are brought to you by Pearl Vision.
There's no foul.
No foul.
First down.
Terrible.
But the spot is ridiculous. It was a good catch. It was a good catch. I'll give him that. But the spot is I mean, at least 3 or 4 yards further downfield. He was right at the.
They can't run a play.
Stick.
You can't run a play. The official's not even in the play. The official's talking to the ref. Take that play back. Oh my God.
The officials.
This is probably one of the worst officiating crews I've ever seen. I'm sorry. They're not worthy of a Pearl Vision contract.
He's not even looking. Oh wait. I should blow. No, man. We'll just let it go.
That's terrible.
The run was, and now they're going. Now they're going to bring it back.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, you got to wait for me to be ready. I'm in charge here, or kind of.
Play
sorta.
after play.
I think I'm in charge. Are you in charge? No, wait. Am I wearing the white hat or the black hat? Who's got the white hat on? Well,
wait, that's me.
I don't see anybody with the white hat. Oh, you've got the white hat on.
I have it
on. Oh, right. Then when I'm talking to the coach, you guys shouldn't run the play. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. All right. Now that we're all together, all right, let's go. This is just, it's
unbelievable.
It's laughable.
Yeah,
it's laughable.
It's comedy.
Comedy
of errors.
I hate to get on the officials because it's a hard job. They're human, and I wouldn't want the job. But if you're going to do the job, you've got to be able to do the job.
And know the rules.
And the job has been done so poorly all night long. The spots. This is at least the second time we've seen him give them an extra 2, 3, or 4 yards on a ball out of bounds. Mostly because it was called by a guy who was 15 yards behind the play.
You know,
the guy 15 yards behind the play can't accurately say where that ball went out of bounds. But the previous one was even worse because it was right in front of the official. This time it was a run by Klecker, a loss of a yard. So it kind of came back to burn the Royals. They run a little receiver screen to Hill, and Hill avoids a couple of tackles and has a first down.
There's
a flag comes in. Well, you wouldn't want a flag and not have a flag on a play. It's tough to have a play without a flag.
Garlic coming in from his linebacker position. I'm not sure where the penalty occurred. Are they going to call hit out of bounds? No.
They may.
Holding number
Nope.
72 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
Again, I'm going to go back to I'm not trying to, but when you make it so consistently bad, this is the kind of thing that
we've been calling football games for over 20 years. You know, we typically don't ever talk.
Well, I don't know if we'll go that far.
Rarely do we ever criticize the officials.
We try not to.
These guys are just awful. I'm sure I'll get called out.
It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 19. Klecker back to pass, throwing left, incomplete. Great defense by Dion McMahon. He was with Hill all the way. Got his head turned around, reached up to make a play on the ball. Very clean, good defense by Dion McMahon.
Number 16, Klecker's pass, incomplete to number 2, Hammond. Coverage on the play,
No, I think that was Dominic Jones on the play.
Oh, it was Dominic Jones.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
17-9. They all look the same.
They're both uneven numbers.
Right. They're both prime. And no, they're not both prime numbers. Dang it.
But they are uneven numbers.
They are both odd numbers. They're both single. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Never mind. Handoff goes to Washington, reaches forward to the 15, and it'll be 4th down and 3 or 4 from there.
Now Washington, a nice second effort as he cuts it to the middle, able to stretch forward for an additional yard. So 4th down, big 4th down for this defense, Joe. They need to make a stop here. They cannot let Hopkins get into the end zone or the 1st down.
Kleckert wanted to go left, now goes back up the middle. He's going to be stopped well short, depending on the spot, of course. But it should be Cardinal ball, turnover on downs.
Ryan Garlick able to make the tackle, and the defense does come up with a stop.
They'll have a long field in front of them, 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. You know, I was thinking this might be an award-winning presentation.
Not by our officials.
On CTN Sports, but we've kind of been derailed by all the weird things that have happened, and the officiating is just added to that. Handoff goes to Miles. Taylor dives forward across the 15 to the 16, a gain of 3.
See it again. Miles just trying to pick up some yardage. Tripped up.
Well, the Cardinals here just need to control the ball. And Hopkins just kind of daring them to run. They're putting 8, 9 guys in the box, and they are committed to stopping the run. The Cardinals that way in the first half kind of went away from it to try and spread that defense out a little bit.
Well, you know, and it surprises me a little, Joe, because the offensive line for Coon Rapids is so much bigger than that front 3 for Hopkins. And
yeah, but when you only have 5 offensive linemen against 3 defensive linemen and 5 linebackers, you know, it's hard. Makes the job a lot harder. And they're actually, they're going to put 5 guys right on the line. They've got all the linebackers. There are all 11 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Quick pass goes to Jones. It's knocked away. Good defense on the play by Anthony Jennings.
They're going to have to punt down in there, deep in their territory.
I mean, they had everybody up on the line. And good coverage by Jennings, making sure that Jones wasn't going to be able to get the easy one. Cardinals snap the ball. 12 men on the field for Hopkins. And will they call it? The whistle does blow. They're going to give him a timeout?
Wow.
Are you kidding?
Come on.
Hopkins.
Oh, my. Come on.
They blew the whistle after the snap. That's, oh my God.
Well, you know, I guess there are 12 guys on the field, and we were alerted to it because the Hopkins coaching staff next to us was screaming in the ears of the coaches on the sidelines to get that timeout. But the fact remains the ball was snapped before the whistle blew.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I guess the only solace in this whole thing, because that should have been a 1st down for the Cardinals on the 12 men on the field. The only solace is neither team is really benefiting because the officiating's awful both ways.
For both ways, no question about it.
I mean, just absolutely terrible. And they're going to fake it. Tyler George on the run. He's got a 1st down, and he'll get out of bounds right near the 30-yard line.
Love that play call. Love that play call. It's gutsy, Joe. You're deep in your territory, but Tyler George is such a good athlete. And, you know, they did get the punt off originally, and obviously Hopkins figured that they're going to punt. And Tyler George, such a good athlete, he's able to gain that edge and pick up plenty of yardage for that first down.
Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals from there. Handoff goes to Salazar, running off the right tackle. Ball came loose, going back the other way is Jennings for the Royals. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Hopkins.
Wow, what a break for Hopkins. We have an injured Royal too. No, I'm glad to see he got up. Wow.
And just like that, the Royals have the lead. Where did the ball come out? That's my question. No, it definitely came loose before he went to the ground, and fortunate for the Royals, it hopped right to Jennings, who was in the open.
Yikes.
And a timeout, Hopkins, before the extra point.
Timeout, Hopkins.
Second timeout by the Royals here, and we're not even midway through the 3rd quarter.
That's unfortunate. George picks up that big first down on the fake punt, and then Salazar puts it on the ground. Not bad enough he fumbled, and the unfortunate thing is Hopkins picked it up and ran it in. We talked about momentum, Joe, at the end of that first half. All the momentum right now is on the Royals sideline.
Well, and do the Royals change their mind here and come out and line up, try and go for 2 and make it a 3-point lead?
It's always possible.
Difference, of course, was that blocked extra point after their first score. I think they are.
I think they're going to go for 2.
I believe so.
Yep.
I don't really need to huddle before a kick attempt. And they are going to line up to go for 2. Klecker out of the shotgun, strong side left, has 3 receivers over there, all lined up close to the line. They spread one out wide right. That's Murph. Klecker drops back, pass thrown, complete. In the end zone, Wayne Blake's
no coverage.
2-point conversion is good.
Now, smart play. I like the call. The conversion is complete. But you look at, there's nobody out there to cover him. Easy 2-point conversion for the Royals. That's just a breakdown on the defensive side.
6:33 remaining. The 3rd quarter, the score, Hopkins 17, Cardinals 14.
Well, the thing is, the Cardinals on this side of the field cannot hang their heads at this point. Plenty of game left, obviously. But you've given a team that's come in with 1 victory on the season. You've given them an opportunity to come out on the road with a victory. Still plenty of time, but they're a different team now. Yeah, and that man's shaking his head. I don't blame him. I'd be shaking mine too.
I am shaking mine. Just again, and you mentioned it, 20 years we've been doing this, and this has got to be one of the strangest
most
games
bizarre
we have ever borne witness to. Gelibert to boot it away. Good high end over end kick taken by Nwachi at the 4, and Nwachi, a burst of speed up the middle. He's out across the 20 and taken down at the 25. That's where the Cardinals will start on offense.
Oh, Kenny, a little bit of confusion back there. Yeah, I'm looking at the sideline. Jordan Brown, equipment off. In sweats. you know, that takes a big component away from your team on both sides of the ball.
And hopefully not too serious, and he'll be able to return to action when they head into the section tournament next week. But now the Cardinals find themselves trailing by 3. Handoff to Miles Taylor right up the middle. And for the first time, really, in a while, the Cardinals have been able to really blow up the middle, and they get a first down.
Well, that's their game, Joe. And you're right, though. You know, Miles, I think, had 4 carries for 5 yards up until this point.
Well, and outside of the touchdown run for 19 yards by Salazar back in the first quarter, they have not had any runs to get really significant yardage. I mean, they started pretty well. They ran Tyler George, high snap. Van Holsen able to reel it back in, but just running for his life, and he's tackled back at the 30-yard line, a loss of 7.
Well, you're outside the tackle box. You have to get rid of that. You know that they're coming. Right there, you just have to get rid of it. Just throw it out of bounds.
Van Holsen on 2nd and long, little swing pass to Miles Taylor. He's tripped up after a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and long.
It'll be 3rd and long now for Coon Rapids. Not a down they want to be in. 3rd and 13, trailing by 3.
Van Holsen spins away, now throws back, and well defended.
That was
Najee
dangerous.
Wallace was not fooled and stuck out an arm to make sure that they wouldn't be able to set up the screen to Miles Taylor on the backside, and the Cardinals are going to have to punt.
Yeah, I mean, you know, look at this. Look at this. He's fortunate there wasn't the defender didn't take a step to the inside. That may have been 7 or 6.
So George back into punt, standing at his own 21-yard line. Gets away a pretty good one. It'll bounce, be taken at the 35. Caden Murphy on the return, able to get back across the 40. So good field position for the Royals to start.
Now the onus comes on this defense. Shane Vadnais on the tackle on the punt. 4:14 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And Royals newfound step.
Klecker controlling the offense, 1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the shotgun. Handoff goes to Washington, trying to get around the left side. He's got blocking out there, gets the corner, and will be stopped up just shy of midfield after a good gain.
Well, they've been successful with that play to the outside. Dominic Jones in on the tackle, but not before he picks up a big chunk of yardage.
Handoff goes to Washington, going back the other way. McMahon had him.
Fumble.
Ball came loose. Cardinals are on top of it. Why is our official looking to the side judge to determine what he should know on his own?
I'd like to see it just to make sure.
Come on, man.
Well, we haven't had a call yet.
I want to point that way, but I don't know if I should. What do you guys think? Well, you know, there we
Unbelievable.
go.
I'd like to see this.
There you go.
Finally, a good
He got it right. But
Let's
why?
see.
I don't understand why it took so long and why he needed help. Oh, is he trying to determine
Whether
for
his knee
sure
was
that
down.
whether his knee was down?
Let's take another look.
And Washington did not go down. He had made a nice effort to keep himself up, and the ball came loose.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's a big break for the Cardinals defense. Yeah, definitely.
They needed it.
Definitely knee not on the ground. Good call.
Granted, we're homers, but
It's a good call.
I just want things to be done right.
Yeah, and be fair.
And be decisive when you make the call and make it right. Play action, pass complete. Kenny Nwachi avoids the first tackle, running to the middle of the field, spins, and has a first down to the 20-yard line of Hopkins.
Nice job by Kenny. Just got to make sure you hold on to that ball. Just a quick little throw. Defense thought it was a run to Miles Taylor. And
well, and that's the danger. I mean, the Royals have really sold out on the run all game long. That's why the Cardinals have not been able to run. Last possession, we saw him bring all 11 guys up within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals going to have to throw the ball to spread them out. Another fumble, and the Cardinals, that's a horrible call, and it favors the Cardinals. They never had possession of that. Hopkins should have that football. But again, oh, good call, Harley Schultz. We need a little circus or Benny Hill music. And really, Jake Van Holsen, you've got to fall on that ball aggressively, on top of it, not on the side. You have to secure that football. So the Cardinals get lucky there, and see the coaching staff on the far side not at all happy. Van Holsen in trouble and sacked, and the Cardinals now going backwards.
Where's your offensive line there?
So it'll be 3rd and about 28, roughly, from the 38-yard line.
No, not much Jake could do about that one. No chance to get rid of the ball. Good. Give credit to the defense. Great job bringing the pressure.
Van Holsen out of the shotgun on 3rd and forever. They run the inside counter to Offerdahl. He's tripped up. And that was a big play right there by R.J. Chicolis. He's the one who had the
allegedly
the fumble return for a touchdown. But that was a big tackle.
Huge.
Because they had blocking set up in front of him. And the Cardinals out to punt after getting that big first down. Try and pin Hopkins deep. Good punt. And the Cardinals will let it bounce and roll to a stop right around the 5-yard line.
The Royals are going to have a long field here if they're going to try and continue to build this lead.
1:27 remaining in quarter number 3. The Royals take over from their own 5-yard line. Up 17-14.
That's 17 unanswered points for Hopkins.
So Klecker standing just outside his own end zone, and a dive, and I think Willie Blake's lost his footing there a little bit.
Number 9, Washington.
He did get back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10 from the 5.
Well, and they're not wasting time huddling. They're coming out right away and putting the pressure on the Cardinals.
Play action. Going to the air, and he's got a man. The pass is incomplete, and Colin Hammond, no, it was Xarian Hill. that was behind the defender.
That's a
And
couple.
just couldn't reel it in. That's a pass he's got to catch.
Must.
That would have been a 95-yard touchdown because he had to step on the defender.
Yeah, that's a couple of
Great
passes
pass
he's dropped.
by Klecker. Great pass.
The Cardinals are fortunate. I mean, look at him accelerate past Jones.
So 3rd and 10 from their own 5. And they jumped. It'll be 3rd and 12.5 from the 2.5.
Dead ball foul, false start. Number 63.
Miles Taylor
Put a little pressure.
Still third down.
working it.
Third and a whole bunch.
Half the distance, and now Klecker will be in his own end zone as he takes the snap on 3rd and long.
You're seeing 50% on 3rd down, 5 of 10.
Cardinals want to be aggressive, but they've got to stay over the top on the receivers. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Klecker looks to his right, throws, wants the deep man, overthrown well over the head of Lamonte Hayes, and I'm not sure that he ran a different route than his quarterback was thinking.
Nowachi has coverage on him, and yeah, I'm not sure either. He may have run the wrong route.
They had to have been on a different page. He's running a post. Thought he was running the fly. One went inside, the pass went outside. And now on to punt is David Sheldon, standing right at the back of his own end zone. Not a great punt. Nowachi will take it from the 40. Trying to get to the left sideline. He's got speed across the 30. He's got to secure that football. He's taken down at about the 29-yard line.
Great field position for the Cardinals.
Makes me worried when he carries that ball in traffic in just the one arm.
I mean, a nice return, but yeah, he holds that ball out there, but great field position for Coon Rapids. They must cash in. They must cash in.
Start this drive from the Hopkins 29-yard line. Last time they had the ball in good field position, they ended up going backwards.
They're going to run the ball here. They have one receiver, and that's Dominic Jones at the bottom of your screen.
Play action and maybe a broken play. Throwing it complete to Miles Taylor, and he's got a first down and a late flag coming in.
It's a face mask, maybe? We're going to see it again, and that was a good play, but Van Hulsen was running for his life there. Good job of getting rid of it.
And I think that was a design play. I thought it might have been broken because it didn't seem to be going quite right, but
Ineligible receiver, downfield number 79 on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, first down.
Going the wrong way, boys.
back him up to 1st and 15. Take another look at it, and yeah.
There's Quincy Taylor.
Quincy a ways down. He's ways downfield before that ball was thrown. Handoff goes to Salazar up the middle, and he's going to gain 4. It'll be 2nd and 11.
So that'll be 2nd and 11.
And that is where we will start the 4th quarter as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. We go to the 4th, the Cardinals with the ball in good field position, but they trail the Hopkins Royals 17-14. You're watching live high school football on CTN. Cardinal fans are here. They've got the whiteout going. They're just looking for something to cheer for, and they haven't had much in the last quarter and a half, as Hopkins has scored the last 17 and come back from a 14-0 deficit to have the lead as we start the fourth. Tyler George, the man in motion. The handoff goes to Miles Taylor. He's going to drag a couple of guys forward to the 25. It'll be 3rd and 6 from there.
Obviously 4-down territory here for Coon Rapids, I believe, unless they kick the field goal to tie it up.
Not from this far out.
I don't think I think it's a little too far out.
Yeah. I mean, Finley's got a pretty decent leg. I don't think you're putting him out there, even with the wind at his back, to try and kick a 40-plus yard field goal and try and even the score. 2 receivers on the right. Offerdahl set up in the slot on the left. Blitz coming. Try to set up the screen to Taylor, and it's incomplete.
Again, just not handling the pressure.
Asking why there's not
right to the helmet.
Yeah, and it's after the ball was incomplete.
Wow.
So it's 4th and 6. On a lot of occasions, you might get that flag, but
not tonight.
I don't think you should be calling it. You should be asking for it. But I think that a lot of times they're going to give it to you because the ball was clearly already incomplete. Pass looking for Tyler George, and this one's going to be.
There's a flag.
Yeah, he was being held the whole time, and that's going to give the Cardinals a free first down.
Yeah, as well it should. Yeah, he's like, look at, he's just grabbing onto his jersey.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy call. Anthony Campbell had a fistful of jersey, and
nothing's easy for this
crew. You can't do that.
Pass interference, number 20 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, I mean, look, at least he's grabbing the jersey.
Yeah, you can never count that it's going to happen, but the flag did fly, and it was the right call.
It was.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals from the 12. Now you're in the neighborhood that if you get stopped, you might think about trying to tie it with a field goal.
They need a touchdown.
Play action, little flip to Kenny Nawachi, and he dropped it.
He had a blocker out there, too, on the edge. You got to make that catch.
Got to secure the ball before you start running. Boy, they froze all of the defenders, and just took his eyes off it looking downfield. They had 3 receivers on the right side of that, or 3 defenders on the right side of that Hopkins defense, all bite on the fake. And that really opened Nawachi out on the left side. Handoff goes to Taylor, good blocking, and he's down to the 5-yard line. A gain of 7 will set up 3rd and 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, this offensive line just has to take charge. I mean, look at that great, nice hole that they opened up there, and Miles able to pick up some good yardage.
Only 30% on
that's
3rd down.
Unacceptable. I know Coach Edwards will say that's unacceptable. We have to do much better on 3rd down than that if we want to win football games.
Especially after tonight, it's win or go home. So typically,
he's in, touchdown.
Touchdown, Miles Taylor, and the Cardinals back in front.
Well, they certainly needed that, Joe Young. And they've been fairly lethargic And for them to
And
drive that ball.
goes to Taylor. Nice block by Salazar to give him a seam. And he's in for the score from the 5. Findlay out to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. It is good.
Barely.
And it's a 4-point lead.
Just squeaked over that crossbar. Now look at the blocking up front. Good job this time by the offensive line. And you talked about Salazar giving a chip block, opening up an opportunity for Miles Taylor, and Miles did the rest into the end zone, diving for that stripe. A little momentum back on the Cardinals sideline. 6 plays, 218, 29 yards. Miles Taylor on a 5-yard run for the score.
Well, and it all started, I think, with the punt by Tyler George that pinned him deep in their own end. Defense forces them 3 and out. And then a good return by Nwachi, and it took them a lot longer than they would have liked to go those 29 yards, but they got the job done, and they're back in front now, 21-17.
You hit the pay dirt, and that's what they wanted to do. Now your defense is going to come out and be strong again. Give the offense the ball right back.
George, high end-over-end kick. Hill will take it from the 8. Looking in the middle, stutters, finds some blockers, sneaks his way out across the 30 and dives ahead to the 33-yard line. He's elusive.
He is. He's very good. Gave him good field position.
Yeah, it looked like he'd be stopped cold, but he kind of stepped and moved around and waited for the blocks to develop in front of him to open a seam, and then he found his way up there, and he's out to the 33-yard line.
Well, this is testing the mettle of your defense right here.
Klecker out of the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the 33. He's got 4 receivers in the game. Wants to throw, drops back, throws left, pass is blocked by Alexander. Nearly picked it off, or was it Ammon?
It was Ammon.
Another swat.
Yeah, I mean, he looked around for that ball and hung up in the air just a bit. It falls harmlessly to the ground. Boy, that would have been a big play if he'd able to pick that one off.
If he had, Klecker would have been the only one to have an opportunity to keep him from taking it to the house. Handoff. Running left and now going back right is Washington. Washington jumps over a defender and able to get some positive yardage. You got to give him a lot of credit for the athleticism on that play.
It's the leap.
He ran about 15 yards to pick up 5.
Watch the hurdle coming up right here. Boop. That was pretty.
Well, we're having a discussion. Is it legal to jump? Are they okay to do it? Can you jump over a guy? Is that all right? Yeah, let's say.
Yeah,
okay.
I think we're okay.
All right.
We'll give it to him.
Okay. All right. Let's put it on the 38. How about? All right.
All right.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah,
you like the 38? All right. All right. Third down. All right. Okay. Everybody's on the same page. 3rd and 5 from the 38. Klecker out of the shotgun. Trying to draw the defense again, and now we'll look over to adjust the offense. Got the Cardinals on the hard count early in the game, have not been able to get him off since. We have seen him draw his own guys off. Klecker on the keeper, and a huge hit by Miles Taylor. Buried his shoulder into his sternum and stopped him for no gain.
You got to punt. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought they were going to look like they may go for it, but you have to punt. Mom, is it time to get up?
Tweet, 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 tweet.
It just drove him to the ground.
That was a big hit. Sheldon standing at his own 24-yard line to punt this one away. We've seen he's got a pretty good leg again going into the wind, and this one off the side of his foot will roll to a good, got a good roll. I thought it was headed out of bounds before that, but it'll put the Cardinals 1st and 10 at the 32.
Joe, what you want to do here is a sustained drive.
You want to score.
And then score.
Put it in the end zone and make sure it's a 2-point lead or 2-possession game.
Exactly.
Spotted at the 33.
Coach Dan Hertog not happy with something, letting our official know.
Yeah, at first I was wondering if he was yelling at his players or
I thought so
at the
at first
official.
as well, but it was directed at the guy in the stripes.
As I think both sidelines have plenty of reason. Oh,
they called timeout. They got a timeout. Coach Edwards called timeout.
Timeout. Coon Rapids, your first charge. Timeout.
I think both sidelines could have legitimate arguments about the third team on the field. But again, as I mentioned, the calls have been atrocious both ways, have not really benefited one over the other necessarily. If I had to say now, and again, I'm a homer, but if I had to say it benefited, which team it benefited more, it would be the visitors from Hopkins, because the biggest blown call was their first touchdown.
Well, you can't really do anything about the officiating. You have to live with what they call. But, you know, as Coach Herm Edwards says, you play to win the game. And that's what they're going to look to do here. They're going to look to get a sustained drive.
The few faithful Hopkins fans who made the trip here on a Wednesday night, and the crowd for the Cardinals may be a little more subdued than usual, but they're here and they're trying to allow their team back in front here in the fourth quarter. They have the ball 1st and 10. Van Holzen up under center. Handoff goes to Salazar, running straight up the gut and able to get out to the 35, just a 2-yard gain.
Oh, Salazar, John with one of the Hopkins players, and Miles Taylor pulled him out of there. They do not need an infraction in this situation. There's Red.
You knew he'd be here.
It's got to be cold. He's wearing shorts, short sleeve shirt.
He's tough.
He is tough.
Cardinal tough.
Harley Schultz said redheads don't get cold. I'll take his word for it.
I've never been a redhead, and I doubt I ever will be. Handoff goes up the middle to Miles Taylor, and he falls forward to the 50. A gain of 5 will set up 3rd and 3. And
like
we've got a Hopkins player that's down on the field. It's Paul Madison.
Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, maybe a cramp. Although
shaking up a little bit.
Tough to get a cramp in this kind of weather, but you never know.
Able to walk off, seemingly uninjured, but just needed a little extra time. And certainly, it's an injury's become a greater concern the later in the season because of the colder temperature. Easier for muscles to pull and things like that. Cramps not as big a concern, but
typically not.
Certainly you don't want anybody seriously injured, as the Cardinals had happen last week, and the handoff to Taylor did not fool the Royals, who had, again, everybody up in the box, and they just all came and stopped him for no gain, forced 4th down and a punt.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Cardinals not able to get that sustained drive. They will give the ball back to the Royals.
George punting from his own 30-yard line. A
good boom
boot.
That one.
Signal for a fair catch, but it's over his head. It'll go into the end zone and be a touchback. Yeah, he got all of it.
He definitely did.
So 6.5 minutes to play. Coon Rapids holding a 4-point lead. And the Royals get the ball back. And again, without being able to, without another failed drive, unable to add to their lead.
When I think
their defense being called on again.
I think Hopkins has burned 2 timeouts already in the second half too, so that might work against him.
Still plenty of time.
Plenty.
Klecker out of the shotgun. And he will roll to his right. He's got lots of time. Throws, pass tipped. Nearly picked off by Miles Taylor. Intended for Brian Murph.
Miles would love to have that one back. Good coverage by Taylor. He's going to step right in front of the pass. Just a little high. You know, maybe if he had not touched that, Tomasilla may have intercepted it.
Or Murph may have caught it.
No, I think it was going over his head.
So 2nd and 10. 2 receivers either side now for the Royals. Hustling from the pocket is Klecker, then throws, pass complete to Willie Blakes, and he's got big yards after the catch into Cardinal territory, tripped up inside the 45.
Oh, nice play by Klecker. Looking off to his left, and then he's going to roll right. A nice pass right to Blakes.
Well, and a nice job by the receiver to see the zone coverage, find an empty spot, sit down and show the quarterback his number, and then a good run after the catch to get a bunch more yardage, set him up in Cardinal territory.
Well, you talked about it, Joe. The Cardinal defense has been giving up some yards, but they've been tightening up as it gets a little closer to their own goal line.
Handoff goes to Washington running right. Defense not allowing him around the corner. He's forced out after a short gain.
Washington for the Royals.
Oh, no gain. Great pursuit down the line by the Cardinal defense. Klecker, pump fake, draw play up the middle. Washington spins, has a decent gain to the 37-yard line. Bring up 3rd down.
Oh, look at that, almost the end of the play, Joe. He lost the handle on the football. Fortunately, came back to him.
It'll be 3rd and 4. Handoff. No, Klecker keeps it. Looking for him to the left, and he fell down and lost about 6 yards. It's going to be 4th and 8. Talk about wanting. You want to talk about wanting something back. Well, that was it right there. Just totally lost his edge. And
yeah, he knew he wasn't going to gain anything running around that left side. He tried to reverse field, but Turf Monster got him.
So 4th and 9, and the Royals trailing by 4, forced to go for it here, and now they're going to call their final timeout. And I was just going to say, do you punt here?
Hopkins,
your defense has done a nice job.
They have.
You pin them down deep and maybe get good field position. Still plenty of clock left.
Yep.
But if that is your strategy, you certainly wanted to keep that last time out.
Exactly.
And I think they're definitely going to go for it here, 4th and 9. From their own 42, under 5 minutes remaining in the game. They had the lead until just a few minutes ago when Miles Taylor got to the end zone to put Cardinals back in front 21-17.
We're on a roll, Joe, yet Monday nights. We've done a number of them in a row. We're finally 3 or 4 on Monday night. I like it, and we'll do another one this Monday night.
You think so?
Well,
you think so?
Unless something happens.
football section tournament will start next Tuesday.
Correct.
I believe.
As will the volleyball section tournament will start next Tuesday as well.
Here it goes, 4th and 9 from the Cardinal 42. And make it 4th and 14. I mean,
can't make it up.
Red ball foul, false start, number 5 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Going the wrong way.
well, and Xavier Hill, I mean, he's nobody else moving. He's 5 yards off the line of
scrimmage. He was anxious.
You think they called his number?
They may have.
Kleckert looks, throws right, pass incomplete, well overthrown, intended for Brian Murph. And the Cardinals will take over on downs.
Yeah, good field position too. 4:36 remaining, 21-17 in favor of Coon Rapids.
Cardinals take over. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line.
Not great hops by Murph,
no.
but he would have had to be twice as tall and have superhuman ups to get to that one. That was well over his head. So the Cardinals take over from their own 47-yard line. I'm thinking they're going to try and run the ball here.
You think?
Hand it to Miles Taylor, and he's going to get 2 before he's pushed back.
Well, and remember, the Royals can't stop the clock.
They're going to give him out to the 50.
They would need a couple of first downs just to salt this way.
Will they be able to do it just running the ball?
We'll find out.
They've not been able to run real successfully. 9 men in the box. Salazar running off tackle to the left. He's going to gain 2 to the 48.
Jacolas on the tackle for Hopkins. He's been having a nice game.
As he's been around the ball a lot.
He has. So 3rd and 5, Joe. You really want to pick up this 3rd down. We're going to see Hopkins bring it.
Cardinals call timeout before the snap. And the Cardinals really want to keep the clock running, so they don't want to call these timeouts, but they know that on 3rd and 5 they need to move the sticks. They want to get all of the clock gnawed. And you're in a position where you have to run. If you throw the ball and it's incomplete, the clock stops.
Correct.
And you have to give it back. If you run the ball and you don't make it, at least you get to burn another 30 seconds.
Correct.
Before you boot it away.
I say they're going to run the ball. We'll see.
3rd and a long 5.
Yeah, long 5, no question. And as you mentioned earlier, Hopkins has been good against the run for tonight.
Well, it helps again when you put 9 guys
in the box.
Makes it awfully tough to run the football.
5 for 11 for 107 yards for Jake Van Hulsen.
They've got 10 in the box. They've got them all there. Oh. And they fumbled the snap. Van Hulsen able to fall back on top of it, but lose a yard, and Cardinals will be forced to punt.
They will. And they'll give Hopkins another chance. They just needed to pick up 1 first down. They couldn't do it. I don't think Coach Edwards was very happy with that set.
Caden Murphy, the return man, standing at his own 10-yard line. Some confusion as to the people they want on the field, and now they'll get this punt away. High and very short punt by Tyler George. It will take a Cardinals bounce. They will let it roll to a stop at about the 22-yard line. But the Royals will get one more chance here. 2:04 on the clock. You pointed out they do not have any timeouts remaining. So they've got to go 78 yards in 124 seconds.
The call on Coach Weber's defense right here.
Cardinals will be wanting to guard the sidelines, keep everything in the middle. A little bobble by Klecker, rolls to his right, now throws on the run, incomplete, looking for Hill. And the Cardinals clearly staying over the top on Hill. Don't want to let him get behind him. You can't really go to a prevent defense. You want to keep everybody in front of you, but you want to keep them on their end of the field, be aggressive, and keep them from completing the passes if possible. Klecker, straight drop, now chased. Alexander slipped, he sets, throws over the middle, pass well underthrown. Looking for Jaden Washington.
I'll make it 3rd and long. Yeah, he's looking to his left side for an outlet pass, didn't see it, then decided to unleash it downfield, and as you mentioned, well short. It's probably good thing that was short, because it may have been intercepted had it not been.
Cardinals had coverage there.
They had 2 defenders right there.
3 receivers on the right for Klecker on 3rd and 10. Single receiver left. He's going to throw right. Pass is complete to Hill, and he's going to be stopped. He's got a first down out to the 37. Gain of 15.
Just a quick throw, nice pass from Klecker.
He avoided the first tackle and nearly broke free. That's one Kenny Nawachi usually makes that tackle, and I don't know that he would have been able to regain his balance even if there hadn't been additional defenders.
Well, and he slowed him down enough where Tyler George came over just to make sure.
1st and 10 from the 37. Klecker, straight drop, airing it out on the right, way over the head of Washington or Hill. When he's missed, he has not been close. Second down. 1:32 remaining. Still 63 yards from the end zone are the Royals. Again, 3 receivers on the left. Hill, the lone man, spread out wide right. Washington in the backfield with Klecker. Klecker drops, rolls to his right, chased, and he's going to be sacked, and that's a big sack. Loses a lot of yardage, and the clock keeps ticking.
Yeah, smart. Kept him in bounds.
You talk about just taking too long. You're outside the pocket.
Yeah, got to get rid of it.
You know the pressure's coming. Got to get rid of that football. Marks back to the 27-yard line, so a loss of 10 will make it 3rd and 20. Clock under a minute. Klecker sets, scrambles to his right, looking for help. Now throws, incomplete, looking for Washington. Good coverage by Nawachi, getting there to hit him right away as the ball arrived. And this will be all or nothing on this 4th down play.
Well, Coon Rapids just 46 seconds away from becoming a 5-3 football team. And as we talked about, a much-needed win for the Cardinals. It wasn't pretty, and it was in the balance at times.
Well, and you want to take the positives out of this, but you can't take a lot.
Nope.
You really cannot take a lot of positives out of this football game. If you're the Cardinals, you did not play well, and there's a pass and a 1st down to Wayne Blakes right up the middle, and they couldn't let that happen, and they did.
Yeah, on 4th and long like that, you've got to stay with that receiver, and that's just a breakdown defensively. Good throw to Blakes. That's 40 seconds remaining, and the Royals still are alive.
So 1st down from their 48. Klecker rolling to his right, throws on the run, pass incomplete, intended for Caden Murphy.
.31 ticks remaining. That took 9 seconds off the clock.
Second down. Klecker looks left, now back to his right. Pass is complete to Washington, but a short gain, just 2 yards, and he's stopped immediately by Tyler George.
Yeah, and the clock continues to run. Do you clock it here? I don't think, no, you can't. You're in the shotgun.
On 3rd and 8, Klecker steps up, he's sacked, and that's going to be the ball game.
Oh, was he hurt too?
I
hate
don't
to see
know.
that.
I hope not.
No, he's okay.
I think he's just frustrated. Tyler George, 2 big plays in a row on the defensive side of the ball to help secure the win for the Cardinals.
And the Cardinals will move to 5-3, and we'll see where the seedings come out. And they're looking for that bye on the 1st round. At 5-3 coming in. Oh, Tyler George hurt his arm.
We certainly hope not.
Nope, he didn't.
But yeah, the Cardinals, a much-needed win. They'll take what they can positive from this game to move into the playoffs. We'll take a break, be back to wrap things up from the complex after this.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
In the end, a sack to seal the deal. Tyler George getting in on the quarterback. As the clock expires, the Cardinals hold on for a weird win over the Hopkins Royals.
Wasn't a pretty win, but it was a win.
Cardinals coughed up the ball, and the Royals scoop and score their 2nd defensive touchdown of the football game. Put them in the lead 17-14 after a 2-point conversion. But Miles Taylor got to the end zone to get the Cardinals back in front, and the defense able to hold on, coming up with a couple of big plays as the clock went down. And again, the final play, a sack by Tyler George. He made the big stop on a pass the play before that, holding that pass to just a 2-yard gain, and then he gets the sack on the blitz, and they needed it. They needed the win here tonight to get a little bit of confidence back after those back-to-back losses, but they've got to go away thinking we still have a lot to figure out before we play the way we want to play in the section tournament.
Yeah, I think they came into this game, Joe, feeling that this is a team they can handle. I don't think they looked past them, but I think they thought that this was a get-right game. And you get the W, and it is a win for you, but it certainly wasn't a get-right game for them. They did get the victory, and they moved to 5-3. But they have a lot to work on, and you know, you've got to. We'll see if they get the number 2 seed. They'll have an entire week to work on it, a little more than a week to work on it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, that's the key is get people as healthy as you can, but get things working the way they were earlier in the season when you were having success moving the football on the ground and then working in the pass off of a strong run game, controlling the clock. We saw them do it for more than half of the season, but the last couple of weeks they've had trouble getting that moving, and then that opening up the pass game. What we saw here tonight is they couldn't run the ball. Hopkins was selling out against the run. They did start to pass the ball in order to stretch the defense out a little bit, and that opened up a little bit more. But they've got to find something that's going to be a little more effective for a little bit bigger, more important contest the next time they take the field.
You talked about getting healthy, and we saw Jordan Brown go out in the beginning of that, early in that contest, and we hope he's okay for the playoffs. But if they're fortunate enough to get that second seed, it's going to give him a little more time to heal, and I think that's something that's going to be really important for Coon Rapids because he's such a big part of both sides of the ball. And you know, we've seen him offensively do really well this season, and defensively he's a solid outside linebacker. So they hope to have him in there.
Well, and we will certainly be there regardless of when the Cardinals take the field next for the section tournament. The CTN crew will be there. If they should get a bye, then we may be at a volleyball playoff game next Tuesday. Certainly we'll try and figure it all out before next Monday's sports night. But we will follow the football team as far as they go in the tournament. As far as the MSHSL will allow us to follow them, that is as far as we will go. But at least they got the win here tonight, got a little bit of a monkey off their back, get a little bit more confidence and momentum heading toward the postseason, and they get that win at 21-17 over the Hopkins Royals. That's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.